Hello and welcome back. On the last episode we completed volume 13 with Decius's mate spirit, a very fast speaking stealth as says yet. And we played hairdresser really, and we were a helpful ear to help listen to troubling woes. But with that though, we begin volume 14. As there's not much to really recap, really. So yeah, volume 14 out of 18. Of cleanliness and clownliness. This is a dark world. Both because it's night and because of the brutal struggle for survival among its both because of its night and because of the struggle for survival among its polyhemochromatic inhabitants, many of whom seem to have a thrive on havoc and carnage. You'd be interested to see the Michelin Guide entry for Alternia. You're convinced after a day here, Ayn Rand would sign up with the Little Sisters of the Poor, Genghis Khan, and Attila the Hun would join the Quakers, and Adolf Hitler would seek membership in a World Peace Council. Okay. Oh. Godwin's Law alert. Feeling a little dramatic tonight. Marsti Houtek. I hope I'm pronouncing that one right. Despite a certain sense of prevailing existential gloom that you haven't managed to shake off, even after commuting with a possible Oracle secret agent, you have feeling pretty alright. No more brooding in your cliffside apartment. You have a fresh thirst for this evening. A thirst for friendship. You're wandering around a neighbourhood you haven't seen in a while. Just a few blocks from where you crash landed. Maybe you'll go pay a visit to the crash site from your ship, even though it's long since been stripped apart by the local population. Or maybe you'll just have to find Diamond and say hi, though you're pretty sure he's still living in the nomadic shrubbery lifestyle. You're just here for the nostalgia, honestly. Malaise? Who? You hardly know her. Just from across the street, an echo of two voices raised in an argument. Well, one is soft and murmuring, and the other is loud and honking. A rust-blood girl and a purple-blood guy are squared off in front of a patch of graffiti that blooms over the bricks and moss. The girl appears to be in the process of scrubbing it away. There's a mop bucket and a collection of sponges next to her. And I told you, this stuff is sacred in iconography, the purple is saying. So go away, little red dumpling. Rustblood says something back to him and that makes him laugh. The sacred iconography appears to be a collection of swear words and a couple of colourful rendering of certain sections of Troll's anatomy. You have no idea. You have not yet had any chance to explore. Okay. I'm just not reading anything right today. The girl with the bucket wrings the sponge out and stares the clown down. Well, you assume she's staring him down. She's wearing a big round goggles that match the bright rubber gloves pulled all the way around her elbows. Despite the mop bucket, she looks more like a scientist from a B-grade horror movie than a janitor. Purple Blood doesn't have any visible weapons on him, but that doesn't make him look any less dangerous. And unless the girl has a blade in that mop handle, she's totally defenseless. You're faced with this precious scenario more than once before. More than once. But it doesn't get any easier. No matter how much self-confidence you've earned and hardships you've endured, life or death friendship decisions don't get any easier. Cool. Oh, ignore this. Clearly, I feel like it's gonna, if we intervene, that's gonna be the issue, so, yeah. Who are you kidding? You were never going to leave her defender with herself. It's against your religion. Your religion of reflexively and ceaselessly searching for new buddies. You aren't making excuses for it anymore. You've decided to take it what Boulder said to heart and just resign yourself to your fate. Well, that isn't exactly what she said, but a lot of it was confusing and spooky, and you're half convinced she was doing it for the mysterious aesthetic. You stride confidently towards the altercation, calling out a challenge to the rogue clown. Nobody messes with those less fortunate while you're on the case. And since it's been reasonably too long since you've had a truly ironic and hilarious twist of fate before you, as soon as you step onto the sidewalk, the blood's fist connects with your head, and your head connects with the concrete. Sweet. We've just been knocked out by a fist. Instantly. As expected though. Intervening was clearly the wrong choice. Anyway, so we mind our own business. Listen, you aren't the goddamn alien special forces. You aren't the friendship police. You can't afford to insert yourself into the middle of every single altercation in hopes that the drunken gamble of destiny will offer up new and greater connections into your so tired behind. You aren't made of goodwill alone. Everyone needs a break, man. You march casually by, hands on your back. If you knew how to whistle, you would. Nothing to see here, folks. Feet smack onto the ground behind you, and the girl runs by. Surprisingly spry in rubber boots. Not spry enough, apparently, because the high blood is hot on her heels. Nope, not helping. Definitely not. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. You already made your choice. You're not getting involved. At the last moment, you stick out one of your famous legs, and the clown goes flying. He hits a pavement hard, nose first. Oh no, I guess. There you went and got involved. The high blood might be kissing concrete, but he won't be for very long. It's tough to kill a clown. You take this opportunity to GTFO. Damn, you don't know anybody around here. Maybe you can run back to your stolen vehicle before... Hands grab you by the back of your hoodie, hauling you around the corner and into the shadows of an alleyway. Crap, the clown must have friends, and those friends must have circled around behind you. You open your mouth to scream, but before you think anyone is going to help you, you just because you might as well. If you can't go out fighting, you might as well go out making as much noise and being as obnoxious as possible, like a clown. A rubber glove, a hand slaps it over your mouth before you can get out another squeak. You taste soap. I don't want to know what it tastes like. I don't want to know what soap, especially Alternatian soap. Chill. Stop struggling. It's the Rust Belt girl. She's taken the time you'd bought her to and cashed it in to take a refuge in the alleyway. Had to sneeze there. Sorry, apologize. The two of you hold still, and the purple blood storms by, stomping and cursing and bleeding from the gash across its forehead. Ah, you did that. Your leg did that. You will never get over the rush you're receiving from you receive from doing something that cool and competent. Marsti holds out, hold on to you until the sound of his footsteps fade. You feel her heartbeat hammering against your back. She lets you go and slide away into the other side of the alley, as if in an apology is for being so close to you before. Her boots squeak. It takes a few steps nearer to you. You take a few steps nearer so you don't have to shout to be heard. You thank her for helping. You're both just all about helping, apparently. You decide not to mention the part where you try very hard not to get involved. Yeah. You don't have to do that. Actually, you shouldn't have. I'm perfectly capable of tripping my own clowns. You tell her that you have no doubt that's true. Even if she doesn't have a sword in her mop handle, she seems to have a good pair of legs. Just randomly complimenting legs now. Mentioning her mop appears to remind her that she has left her cleaning equipment out on the streets. She takes a furtive glance back down to the hallway, back down the way the guy had gone, then heads back towards the graffiti. You scammer to keep up. You shouldn't be out alone in a place like this. Not that I can really summon much gumption to care beyond this one walk down the street. But you did come here to die. But did you come here to die? Because that's what's going to happen if you keep up with this stuff. What's your deal? You don't really know about your deal. You've worked really hard not to consider your deal at all, because your accidental radio static that prickles at the base of your neck when you think about your deal is astronomically unpleasant. Attempting to change the subject, you ask her if maybe she shouldn't get out of here while she has the chance. Is the bucket really that important to her? Marsti looks up to you as with a certain eyebrow raised that you're well accustomed to by now. Oh crap! You put your foot in your mouth again. You put your mouth in it again. Cultural-wise, you wish you could find a book with a crash course on Alternia, or at least a decent Wikipedia article. But that's not. It's not like there's any helpful Earth guide for idiots. At least you've never heard of one. Besides, things are different depending on where you are on Earth. Geographically? It's geography, then geographically. Jesus, why am I stupid? Why, I just had the biggest brain fart for geography. I can't even say it again. Anyway. You imagine it's same for Alternia. You feel positively nauseated at the idea that having to learn a whole new set of social norms. You just stay in this particular city, thank you very much. Do I care about my bucket? That's kind of a weird way to phrase it. I care about it as much as the next person who doesn't want to get cold. And squadries don't grow on carnivorous fauna. She tosses the discarded sponge back into the bucket. You bend down to help, but she stops you with a sardonic glance. Most of her glances are sardonic, but this one especially so. She goes back to work on the graffiti. If you're going to hang around, you could make yourself less useless. Watch and make sure the high blood doesn't come back. Oh yeah, for sure. You totally do that. Of course, you won't be able to actually do anything if he comes back. Where's Romele when you need her? Maybe you could use your own limp corpse to slow the clown down. Not that you know Marsti well enough yet to love the idea of sacrificing yourself for her. Man, character development is great. Not immediately going to your death is great. That thought sends a creeping wash of anxiety over your spine. You don't understand it, so you try to distract yourself. You find Marsti. You ask Marsti if she just cleans graffiti or if she has other jobs. She has other jobs. Okay, well, maybe not jobs. You know nobody on Alternia has actual job. Whatever I'm feeling, mostly. Today I was feeling like getting rid of some incredibly ugly piece of crap drawing. Tomorrow I might be feeling dirty front doormats. Depends on my mood. Yeah, you def get that. You're also a person with more material moods. Do you seek out new friends tonight, or go to one of your standby pals? Sometimes the universe just sweeps in and decides for you. Yeah, well, you're extremely weird and focused on weird stuff, but also kind of magnetic at the same time. It's freaking me out. Wow, thank you. Marsti dunks out the sponge, dunks out her sponge back into the bucket. Or scordery, right? Buckets are dirty. The drones don't make it down here very often, so there's a lot of stuff to scrub. You tell her it's cool that she likes cleaning so much. Where you're from, physical labor is considered morally virtuous, but also kind of looked down on. Crap. Maybe you could use an Earth cultural handbook on your own damn self. Who said anything about liking it? Who made the rule that I can only do what I like? She slams the sponge down hard into the scullery, getting water down on the front of her apron. This is just what I do. What? Do you like wandering around in someone else's hoodie? Accosting strangers? Kind of. Sometimes. You didn't choose the friend life. The friend life chose you. But Marsti isn't a stranger in a strange world like you are. She got horns and grey skin and everything. You realize she's a rusty, but come on. Oh yeah? How many burgundies do you know exactly? Diamond. Yeah. That's about it, really. Well, one. And he is interested in meat. But he's pretty enthusiastic about it. One might say overly enthusiastic, or over enthusiastic. You think I'm not enthusiastic? She scrubs hard to show you just how enthusiastic she can be. A delicate calligraphy-based rendering of the word globe gobbler disappears beneath the soapy hands. Okay, maybe Diamond was not the greatest example for someone enjoying their hobbies in a healthy and natural way. But you know plenty of other lovebirds with cool hobbies. Skylar, Trixie, Sarava. Am I supposed to know who these idiots are? Not all lovebirds know each other. Oh man, that's not what you meant at all. I'm not going to explain my life story to some random alien. Are you going to help out or not? Oh, well, you thought you were supposed to be keeping an eye out for the clown. Yeah, well, instead you're asking me invasive questions. So help me scrub. Despite the mixed signals, you pick up a sponge and start cleaning. This is actually a lot harder work than it looks like. And your back and shoulders begin to ache immediately. If Marsti does this every day, she must be ripped under that jacket. She stops talking and you just clean along her. Worry that you're royally screwing this up. You don't know how to fix it. The graffiti is quickly disappearing between your combined efforts, and you aren't sure how much longer she's going to put up with you after that. You've got to pull out the big friendship guns, and fast. You ask, in your charismatically smooth style, what she's doing after this. Any plans? Just hypothetically? Who knows? Probably I'll just look for more stuff to clean. Well, it just so happens that you have a lot of dirty places. Just, exceptionally filthy. Oh yeah? Where? Uptown's where the high bloods are, right? So that would be wrong. Downtown, well, yeah. Because she doesn't like well, at least by the sounds of it, she doesn't like the high bloods. It just happens that you have connections. Uptown girls and boys. Yes, Marsti, how'd she like to clean a mansion? I guess it'd be cool. Oh, we're not going to Zebra, are we? What are you thinking? Well, first of all, you want to bring your new friend to your swank stolen car. Marsti doesn't seem that interested. Although she doesn't she does comment that she's never been in a skull buggy. Huh. The seats begin then she begins picking up crumbs from your back seat. You tell her that she doesn't have to clean up after you. Or do you assume I'm doing it for you? Cool. You shrug. You've come to accept some of your friends are just fundamentally difficult to understand. Some days you really think you're beginning to get it, and the next you remember that alien isn't just your immigration status. Cool. Marsti stares out the window at the houses and gets bigger and grander. The car passes beneath an archway and a light sweeps over the two of you. Marsti stiffens. You tell her not to worry. It's just a sensor to discern your blood colour. Malik gave you a plug-in to scramble it. No stress. Must be nice to have friends in high places. You ask Marsti where she lives. Wherever I feel like it. Wherever I feel. Depends. So she's like Diamond. Your hive was destroyed, or possibly up a tree like Boulder. Although, it's possible she was just messing with you. I wish you'd stop comparing me to people like I should know what you're talking about. And no, my hive is fine. It just gets boring cleaning the same building over and over again. You get how that could be cool. Going from place to place like Diamond goes from looking for meat in Connell and Asda to look for people to kill. Everyone here has to have some weirdly obsessive and hyperfixated. Maybe that's what's happening when you bring up a bunch of kids in a robot-regulated world where the only rule is don't get killed, and, by the way, some of you are inherently inferior. Sorry. Have fun. As you get closer to Zebra's hive... Why are we going to Zebra's hive? This has to be the wrong ending. You begin to get chilly strut pods. What if he tries to make Marsti into one of his guests? He has that weird thing with fellow bloods. You figure it should be safe if she's with you, but you aren't always the best at making good decisions when you have more than one friend to deal with at once. The sight of Zebra's Lucis glaring at you from the upstairs window clenches it. You can't take another condescending stare from the Zebra Dad. Where are we going? I hope you weren't talking about this pathetic mess of a seat. Barely worth my time. You make a better mess. You could make a better mess, you swear. No. I don't want a staged mess. Okay. Crap. Okay. Who do you know is also kind of a slob, but also isn't a total bad person? Good Dad lets you in with a hysterically happy bleat. Oh, miss you too, quote Dad. Marsti weathers his snuffling and nuzzling. And when he tries to eat one of her rubber gloves, she snatches it from behind him. She scratches him from behind the ear as a distraction. She gently removes the glove from his mouth. I need these, actually. You call out to Gaelic, but he doesn't respond. Maybe he's out. The coffee pot is half full, but it's cold. Good Dad bleats and puts you gently. Ah, poor guy. Are you lonely? Has Gaelic been neglecting you now that he has a hate boyfriend? Marsti is a little more uncomfortable here than she had been in your car. But when she catches the sight of Gaelic's study, all of that sloughs off. It's even more of a mess than it had been last time you were here. When he'd be trying to impress you with his intellectual clutter. She gets down to work immediately, stacking books alphabetically and sorting papers into piles by subject. Gaelic is an A-type personality who will probably go briefly ballistic at the knowledge that someone has been messed around with his stuff, but Marsti is just so organised and thorough. You feel sort of weird about just standing here and watching her clean. So you gather up the the used dishes and bring them to the kitchen. When you're done with that, you figure you'll just try to be entertaining. You ask her if she's seen any movies recently. Since you've made a friend with Sabere, you start hanging out with Tagiri's anime club. You've been exposed to multiple cultural touchstones. Yeah, I don't really watch much TV. Don't worry, I don't need to be entertained. She kneels down and starts dusting beneath the couch. I know you think I'm basic, but it's fine. I don't really care with what anyone thinks. Let alone a condescending alien with no blood colour to speak of. Yikes. So, if you wouldn't mind, crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh no, crunch, crunch, crunch. What the hell's that noise? And there you go again, getting swept up in the friendship endeavour and totally beefing it. You forgot about GoDad's prospectively for nomming on anything within reach. And he spent the last 10 minutes happily munching on several leather-bound notebooks. Gaelic's experimental word rumpus. Crap, he loves those. He's going to murder you. To smooth another layer onto the farce, the front door creaks open and Gaelic's voice rings out, calling to GoDad, who lets out an excited bleat and scampers off, trailing little white scraps. Marsti looks from you to the front of the house and down to the paper trail. Then she's out the window and off down the hill, because though basic she may be, she's not an idiot. Yep, she's noping right out of there. Gotta respect her for that. So downtown is the correct answer. You suggested the place that she looks like ripe for some serious power cleaning, because, wow, filthy. Yeah, I guess. I was planning on cleaning down here anyway. The drones mostly take care of the high blood neighbourhoods. Interesting, Zebra has low blood cleaning for him, but maybe he's an exception. I'm not here to explain cultural dynamics to you. At least not for free. Yeah, I feel like you'd be a good teacher. You consider mentioning that you are the main character, and thus totally deserving of cultural exposition, but you doubt you'd take that well. Also, it's kind of weird thing to say, so never mind that. You show Marsti an alley you recognise, and one that with the incinerator where Polypa had gotten rid of her assassination disguise. Yeah, maybe. Too easy. Okay. Well, what about the stretch of road where Romelia killed a dude? There's still quite a bit of purple blood splattered around. Pretty good, but no. I don't have the right outfit for blood. Jesus, picky. Oh, sorry. Are my personal preferences inconveniencing you? No, but you aren't used to this stuff taking so long to pop off. Usually you made a friend by this point, or you'd have been killed. You've been killed before? What are you, a purbeast? 9 lives? In retrospect, that was also a pretty weird thing to say. You meant it as a metaphor. Sometimes your internal monologue gets out of hand and spills out into interlocution. Oh, whatever, dude. You consider just bringing it back to your place and clean up the mess you've made there, when you realise Marsti is no longer with you. You turn around and find her gazing down an adjacent street into an empty lot. Space gives you a brief twinge of recognition, before it fizzles away into nothing. Probably just deja vu. At first, you don't notice the person sitting on the tyre pile, because without her other half, her silhouette is underwhelming. Oh, okay. Oh, fantastic. Hey, Normie. Oh, hi, Falco. It's been a while. You might notice that you are a whole lot less normal than you used to be. They're right. They're weird as hell. Hey, you're also like 80% more confident than you used to be. You don't back down from insults. Perhaps Marsti is the one who is weird, because she's the one who is so into cleaning up after people. Like, it's really strange. Hey, that's a little judgy. Yeah, for real. Oh, you You'd been expecting Falco to join you in mocking Marsti. You don't want to be too mean or anything. You're just really sick of having your intelligence insulted concerning stuff you absolutely could have no way of knowing about. You wanted to make her look like a rude person. But as usual, it seems the fact that you are the rude person. Marsti seems to agree. Hey, maybe take a chill pill a little bit. You apologize. You didn't mean it. You just experienced pilot confusion when there's too many friends in one place. You're sorry. You didn't mean to insult her. You didn't mean to insult her hobby, but she's actually doesn't really seem too into it. You're trying to help. You know plenty of lovebirds who do all the sorts of activities. Oh yeah? Who? Well, Follicle, for instance. She trolls... Wait, you need another word. She and her boyfriend harass people, and they seem to enjoy that. Also, there's Skylar and Trixie in Tarava. They all excel at their fields, to a certain extent. Right. So how's that going for them? Well... you deflate somewhat. Trixie gets skeeved on all the time. Skylar constantly has to defend her home and Lucis against thieves. Sarava literally had to gouge out their own eye and downplay their psychic power. Vaikia, well, you can tell Vaikia is having the great time falling off cliffs and imagining the firmament above again. You might be an outlier and therefore shouldn't be counted. While you're working through your apartment classism through a navel-gazing monologue, Marsti is checking Follicle out. Like, really checking her out. Who the hell are you? Follicle slaps Marsti's hand away. Keep your fronds to yourself. Marsti raises her goggle from her forehead. You've got void rot. No crap, troll Sherlock. Marsti gives you another once-over. Marsti gives her another once-over. Apparently she's giving everyone a check. She looks impressed. You honestly can't blame her. If Marsti likes grimy things, Follicle's right up her alley. Dirt Eldorado. Selfishly, you wish you had met Marsti back when you were Marvel Wreck at the beginning of your adventure. You're filthy. And you have no idea what you're talking about. Also, that. Marsti touches her on the forehead. Slowly this time, as to not take her by surprise. Follicle resembles a little nervous bug and decides whether or not to scuttle away. Do you think dirt it helps keep you insulated? It's actually the opposite of that. If you were less grimy, the energy would transfer would be easier. Alright, Cuprum isn't here, which means her giant battery isn't here either. Yeah, I sent him out for takeout. Takeout's a good thing. Good choice. I needed a break. But she won't she die? Die? Not instantly. Does your stop die when you unplug it? As soon as you unplug it? I mean, a computer does, a laptop doesn't. What are you? Void Rot Scholar? Yes, we are. What do you know? I know lots of things. You ask Marsti if she's interested in medicine. Maybe she could go into that. Marsti rounds on you in stark irritation. This is the most emotion she's shown you since you've met her. Whatever you're trying to do here, stop. I'm not stupid. What do you think they'd said if I applied to be a medic off planet? They'd laugh their behinds off and hand me a standard scrub pull. And that's if they're feeling generous. This is what I do, so let me do it. Chastise and uncharacteristically speechless. You nod and let Marsti turn back to Follicle. You really don't want to just leave it like that, but maybe the truly friendly thing here would be to less trying to improve your friend's life and just letting them live it. Diamond had told you much the same thing all those months ago. That he's planning to just keep his head down and try and stay alive. It's not uplifting, but maybe not everything has to be. Marsti gives Follicle some advice as to the best way to make sure her body retains as much energy as possible. Follicle groans, and you're pretty sure that if she had any eyes, she would be rolling them. You do notice, however, that she listens. Marsti starts back down the sidewalk after that, pushing her Squirrelry in front of her. After the moments of hesitation, you follow, half expecting for her to get mad again. Instead, she just slows you down to catch up. She pulled her goggles back down over her eyes. You think they're probably more of a social reason for than protective ones. Sheepishly, you apologize for being a busybody back there. You're just really used to wanting to help people out, kind of for selfish reasons, friendship reasons, but still. Yeah, it's fine. No hard feelings. You just like fixing things when they're busted, or when you've busted them through your own chronic idiocy. Sometimes you've just gotta do what you can. But you think Marsti might understand that a little bit. Yeah, I think I might. Sometimes it'd be like that. Yeah, she was a chill character. That was nice and relaxing, I guess, really. There's not really any chaos or, nonsense, really. So, but with that, yeah. Thank you for sticking by for this one, and hopefully I can see you on the next one. But yeah, 9 characters left, I think, if I've counted correctly. But with that, goodbye.